Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this audio/video, I wanted to talk about guys who, are in the dating game and they get frustrated by trying to deal with women and, guys that sort of don't understand why women do the things that they do, right? Because the other day I actually did a live stream and I titled it, Why Guys Are Frustrated when Dealing with Women. And what I was talking about in there is I was talking about, guys get too attached to women. They don't enjoy the moment. So when they get attached, they get sort of needy. They want to, keep these women around. They get upset when a girl does this or she leaves or she does this other stuff, right? Now, another reason why, guys get frustrated when dealing with women is because they don't really understand how women think and how women operate. Right? So by not having that understanding, what happens is that when a guy is dealing with women, or when you're dealing with a girl or whatever, you start to take things personally because you don't understand why she's doing what she's doing. Right? So in this audio video, I wanted to talk about like three, different things that, women do and sort of get you to understand it from the woman's perspective as to why she sort of does what she does, right? Now, there's a lot of things that women do and, guys don't understand it. Women don't even understand it sometimes. Nobody understands it. It's, shit just happens sometimes. But there's a lot of things that, go on that most guys aren't aware of. And so since you're not aware of this, then you get upset, you get pissed off. You're like, why did she do this? Why is she doing that? Why is she acting this way? All this other stuff. But see, the thing is that once you understand why, what's going to happen is that even though, you're not going to necessarily like when she does certain things or whatever, but having that understanding gives you a different perspective. And it makes it, less of a, big deal or an annoyance when it does happen, right? And then when these things do happen, you don't necessarily need to take it. You don't necessarily need to, technically deal with her when these things happen. But I just want you to understand, why these things happen and why these things occur, right? Now, let's get into some of this. So first thing I'm going to talk about is, when you guys interact with women, sometimes you're going to notice that when you're trying to like get with a girl, she'll sort of like hesitate to make something happen with you, right? So you sort of feel, you get that vibe that she's feeling you, right? So let's say you're at a bar, you're at a club or whatever. You get this vibe that she's feeling you. You can sort of tell she's feeling you or whatever. But she doesn't necessarily want to like leave the club and, she doesn't want to go back to your place that night, so she's sort of like wishy-washy with it. One minute she seems like she's cool with it. She can even be making out with you and you trying to make something happen. And then one minute she's like cool with it. Next minute she's like, no, I think I should go home. I don't think I should, like go home with you or whatever. I've had this, done to me plenty of times, or been in a situation plenty of times where, even like sometimes after I would come from a bar or club or whatever, and I would, meet a chick just on the street and we'd be talking or whatever, flirting, all this other stuff. Everything seems cool. It's like 2 a.m. or whatever, 3 a.m. And, I'm like flirting with her. We end up making out, whatever. And then all of a sudden she's like, I'm like, yeah, let's do this. And then 1 minute, like, she'll be like, all right, cool. And then we're like trying to catch a cab. And then, as the cab gets there, she's like, I think I should just go home, yada, yada, yada. So she's sort of like hesitating. She's changing her mind, right? So, if you haven't been in these situations, I guarantee you at some point you are. You understand, where you think is going to happen and then it doesn't because she's being wishy-washy. Now, a lot of guys ask me, they're like, well, why do women do this? Like, what's going on? Why is she being all like wishy-washy? What's going on with this chick, right? Now, the thing is this. What's happening is that there is a conflict going on within her, right? So basically, what it is that she's feeling you, but at the same exact time, she's not comfortable with the situation. because, you know, of a number of different things. So I'll give it to you like this. Let me give you this example so you'll really understand what's going on. This should be crystal clear after I say this, right? Let's say if you were starving, right? You're starving like a motherfucker. Then I say to you, I bring you into my home and I have 2 plates of food on the table, right? And you're looking at that food like, damn, I want that food, right? And I'm like, you know, you see the 2 plates of food on the table. So you're starving and I say, yo, go eat the food, right? So now you pick up a fork or a spoon or whatever, and you sit down and you're like excited, you're ready to eat, right? Now you put the fork in the food and you're about to, you know, eat it. And right as you're about to eat, I say, oh, by the way, one of these plates, the food is poison, but enjoy yourself. You understand? Now, once I tell you one of these plates, the food is poison, what you most likely might do is hesitate to eat the food. You understand? You want the food because you're starving. You have that desire for the food, but now you know, okay, damn, you know, one of these things has poisoned food. So now you're hesitating to actually eat, even though you want to. So the same thing happens with women. They have the desire to fuck with you, but then they hesitate because they're thinking, well, I don't really know this guy. What if I go back to his house and he kills me or something? Or they might even, you know, think about it in the long term, like, you know, he like, I like him. He seems cool, but what if, you know, I start to really like him and then he dumps me or he plays me. I don't know if I can deal with that emotional hurt. So a lot of times chicks, they'll want to fuck with you, but they're scared of getting hurt physically and or emotionally, which is why they hesitate. So the same way you would hesitate for, you know, to eat that food because you're not sure about it yet, is the same way the woman will hesitate when she's dealing with you because she's not sure about you yet. You understand what I'm saying? So like, if, you know, let's use the food example. So you would probably, if I came up to you and I said, you know what, I'm gonna eat some food out of this plate right here to let you know that this plate is fine, right? So now you see me eat some of the food off the plate and you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat this plate because this is fine. So you're letting me know, I see now that it's cool. You know, you see now that it's cool. So then you make it happen, right? So it's almost the same way with women where, you know, they have this thing where a woman will be more comfortable if there's social proof. So like, let's say you're dealing with a chick, you're talking to her or whatever, and you're in a spot and you got some other people who's like talking to you while, you know, you're around the chick and she sees that, you know, they think you're cool or whatever. So it shows that you're a cool guy. So then it's proving to her, okay, well, even though, you know, I'm not really too sure about him, I'm not sure if he's like violent or crazy or whatever, but these people seem to like him. So then it makes her sort of, you know, put her guard down. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, what you got to understand is that a lot of times, you know, you're dealing with a woman and she might hesitate to make something happen, or she doesn't want to make something happen anymore. And so you're thinking that you did something wrong. You're like, damn, did I say something? Did I, you know, do this and do that? And sometimes, you know, it could be you said something crazy or you did something, you know, stupid. But a lot of times it's really just coming from her hesitating because, you know, she is not sure about you yet. You understand? So the thing is that when you're dealing with women, you have to understand that these things go on, you know, mainly, especially so that you don't necessarily take the shit personally and then internalize those situations, because, you know, if the chick doesn't get with you, you're gonna feel like okay, well, she rejected me, she, you know, this you know, it didn't happen because, oh, I wasn't good looking enough, or this, you know, like you're gonna go through that fucking stage, you know, those things in your mind, right? So that's one thing that, you know, happens when you're dealing with women, right? A second thing we could talk about is how you always, not always, but a lot of times you'll see women who will basically deal with an asshole. and stay with the guy who's, an idiot, right? And so I get a lot of the quote unquote nice guys who are, they're upset about this. They're like, man, that girl that I like, she keeps dating these losers, and I would be perfect for her, and yada, 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 yada. You understand? And see, what you got to understand is a lot of times these women will deal with these jerks and these assholes because they have insecurities. You understand? They're insecure. They don't feel like they deserve a good dude, right? Also, a lot of these women are looking for validation, right? But they're looking for validation from a guy who's treating them like shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's always like that journey of trying to get that validation from that guy who's treating her like shit. So then you come up and you're that quote unquote nice guy, or even let's say you're not the nice guy type. You're just a regular cool chill dude. And since you're not bringing all that drama and all that bullshit, right? She's not going to be fucking with you because, you're a cool regular type of dude who got his shit together. And so she doesn't really want to deal with you because, again, she doesn't feel like she deserves that type of guy. You understand? Her insecurities makes her feel like she can only deal with these type of dudes who's on that bullshit. And that's all she's worth. You understand? So a lot of times, you're going to have to charge those chicks to the game if you are the type of dude who, is on top of his shit, and she can't handle that because she's insecure. She doesn't want to be around you because she knows that, you're the type of dude who she would have to probably step up her game to make something happen with you in the long run. Also, she feels like she doesn't deserve a guy like you. You feel what I'm saying? And then, but the hard part about this is that you're like, damn, but this sucks because, I want to fuck with her and she doesn't want to fuck with me. And then again, if you don't understand what's happening, you're going to think it was about, just you. You're like, damn, well, I guess she didn't like me because I didn't have enough money, or because I don't look good, or because this and because of that. And the actual reason why she didn't fuck with you was because you're not an asshole. You feel what I'm saying? And she needs an asshole. She needs that jerk in order for her to, feel okay with being with that type of dude, because this is what she thinks she can get. This is what she thinks she can, this is what she thinks she deserves. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why she will fuck with that type of guy. Right? Now, the third thing I'm going to talk about, and, I've talked about this a few times, but I think that a lot of guys don't really, get this in their head. And the third thing you got to understand about women is that women are all about how they feel in the moment. Women are all about how they feel. Let's put some emphasis on feel in the moment. Right? So, I get dudes all the time. They hit me up and they say, yo, I don't understand. Like, I got the, I got this girl's number, and then I call her and she never, picks up. I got this girl's number. I text her. She doesn't text me back. Right? Now, the reason why that happens is because when you and her were speaking and you got her number, that day you got her number, she was feeling you. Right? Now, when you called her or text her, she probably wasn't feeling you anymore. It happens that quick. It happens that quick sometimes. Right? Sometimes you'll get a chick's number, you'll text her, and she's not feeling like calling you back, because she's not feeling the vibe. She's not feeling that same feeling that she had when she first talked to you. Right? Then, she doesn't hit you back. And let's say you don't text her. You don't text her again. You just like, fuck it. I'm going to just charge it to the game. Right? Then maybe like a week or two later, she's thinking about you again for some reason. Right? Let's say like she's been going out, she's been meeting all these other goofy ass dudes, and out of the blue, you just popped in her head because you stood out more than these goofy ass guys. And then now she's feeling those feelings again, and then you'll get a call from her or a text from her like, hey, what's up, blah, 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 right? And that's all because she was feeling those feelings at that moment, right? To want to call you when she texted you or whatever it was, right? See, when you get in a relationship with a woman, let's say like a long-term committed relationship, what happens is that a woman develops a strong, attachment to you over time. So those feelings that she's having, right? It's really, it's stronger than the feelings that some random chick you just met last Friday, who she hasn't had any time and, that she hasn't spent any time with you. Right? See, for a woman, it's nothing to, get a guy's number, or for her to give her number to a guy, or, a number of different guys, and just sort of like, make shit fall by the wayside, because in her mind, she doesn't really know those guys yet. She doesn't know you yet because you haven't really done anything yet. So it's it's like whatever, right? But as she starts to get to know a guy, and she starts to develop those feelings, and she starts to really like him, right? Then it becomes a little bit more stronger in that situation. But at the end of the day, though, women are all about how they feel. So even when you're in a long-term relationship with a woman, there's going to be times where you're dealing with her and, she's going to be in her little moods. She's going to, be upset out of the blue for no reason. You understand? She'll be mad at you for no reason, or whatever the fuck it is. And all that other goofy shit will happen. And so sometimes you'll be in a relationship with a chick and she'll be upset and upset, mad about something. You're wondering like, yo, what the fuck did I do? Right? And a lot of times it has nothing to do with even anything you did. Right? It could be some other shit that's going on in her mind, or how she felt about certain things. And then that, those feelings are going to dictate how she acts. Right? But, what's happening is that you're looking at it like, oh, damn, what did I do? What the fuck did I do? Now, what you got to understand with all of this is that everything that I'm talking about in this video when it pertains to women it's talking about how a woman acts and reacts based off of her perspective, right? And what I want you to understand is that a lot of times when you're dealing with women, you can't really take shit too personally. And I think that's a big problem that a lot of guys have in the game, is that you take shit too personally, and a lot of the shit has nothing to do with you. So like, even, these three things that I'm talking about in this video, her hesitating, her, being insecure, and dealing with a jerk or an asshole, or her, reacting off of her feelings, all those things has to do with her. You understand what I'm saying? With how she sees the world, with how she's interacting, and, with how, she basically, deals with things. And a lot of these things that she's doing is natural for her to do this because she's a woman. This is what so, like for example, just on a subconscious level, a lot of times women will be a little bit more picky about who they'll deal with because, if she has sex with you, there's a chance that she can get pregnant, right? So she wants to make sure the guy she's dealing with is the type of guy who she could depend on, who could provide, protect, all that other stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Just on just a subconscious level, right? She's looking for that best guy. She's looking for that dude who she feels is the best for the situation, for, the type of situations that she wants to be in. A lot of it has to do with how women see survival. You understand? Women a lot of times are about, how they interact with the group, because they look at the group for their survival. This is why a lot of times chicks will do shit like they'll go to the bathroom in groups and hold hands and do all that other shit, because they want to have those other women as allies, and at the same time they're looking for men to provide and protect for them and their kids and all that other shit. You understand? So there's a lot of stuff that's going to come out in their behavior, right? That's going to dictate those innate feelings and things that they're doing. So again, this is why I want you guys to understand this, so that you don't take this too personally. You feel what I'm saying? So I think I actually have to I'm going to probably do a Bad Boy membership program about this, and actually get more in depth about how to deal with these situations, what to look out for, and talk about other things that, you'll probably come across when you're dealing with women. You feel what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. Listen, if you guys have any questions, make sure you click the link below to send me a question, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below so you can send me a question and I'll do a video on it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which gives you 7 tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.